The university piece, that's your biggest initial lever because at the bare minimum, they need the information, right? Who's the
Mm-hmm.
company? Who do I sell to? What do I sell? This A to Z sales system. How do I execute that? That's the bare bones minimum that a rep needs to kind of onboard, although that's not the
Mm-hmm.
full piece. But this is also the biggest lever for you to reduce your time. We create an outline, like a 5-day outline, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and we create this outline typically for it's kind of cookie cutter at the beginning, a couple hours. You got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We typically set it up like this. The reason that we set it up like that is because we believe that it's good to go through it 2 to 4 times in the first 2 to 4 weeks. So if you can imagine going through, let's say you got module 1 and 2 here, 3 and 4. You do 1 and 2 on Monday, 3 and 4 on Tuesday. You go through 1 through 5, Monday through Friday. Then you repeat that process in week 2 and potentially week 3 and week 4. That depends. We provide an outline and then we go, hey, here's kind of the content outline based on your model that we understand. You guys understand your sales system. You already have reps, you're a successful organization. So you probably take that outline and kind of tweak it up. But really, we provide an outline and we say, hey, the kind of the only-ish big thing that you need to do is take that outline and just kind of get a simple version of the videos done. Really, it's easy, it's really actually easy to do this. You take your existing reps, right? And you go, hey, everybody's going to be on Zoom 10 to 12 p.m. or 10 to 1 p.m. next week, probably like you've kind of already done a little bit. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like, hey, we're doing this thing again, right? Or whatever you want to do. Or by yourself or with the executive team or have the owner do it and you're a rep or whatever. But you just push people into a Zoom call. You have your outline and you train on the content for 2 to 3 hours a day, Monday through Friday via Zoom. It doesn't need to be perfect. You record the call just like I'm doing right now. Just get the information done. Doesn't need to be perfect because you'll want to do it every 3 months anyways. And then you send us over the recorded versions of the videos. And then we take the videos and then we create training documents, edit the videos to be,
Okay.
nicer intros, outros, create quiz questions based on the videos, create a learning management system and brand it to your company. And the end result is a branded learning management system, and then branded documents, videos, quizzes, and then you have whatever 10, 15 modules that are structured out over Monday through Friday, hypothetically 12 hours of content, and that saves you 12 hours of leadership time.
Okay, so it's almost like I'm not comparing to them, but Scribe does that with like SOPs, I think.
Yeah, well, that's like a software tool that, makes, whatever, creating an SOP a little bit, easier, better visually, whatever.
Right.
This is more like a quick, cheap way, which is why we can do it for free now, for us to
Yeah.
develop an automated initial training system with whatever the 5, 10, 20 hours of content. So here's the outline of content that you need to go through Monday through Friday. Tweak it up how you want to, but get the content done via Zoom. Send us over the recorded copies of the Zoom, whatever that's 12, 20 hours of content, whatever. And then we will take
Okay.
that content and then develop a training system out of it. So Monday, rep goes through module 1 videos and then reads the document and then completes the quiz question. Then they go through the module.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what we're developing. So different, but I see what
Okay.
you mean in terms of similarities. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Very cool.
Yeah. So that's your biggest leverage tool. And the only pain here is that, okay, I've only like this is a new industry. I've only kind of gone through the content for 2 weeks. So my assumption, and I don't know, right? Because you're super smart, you may just like go through the content and get it. You can communicate it just how a rep needs to hear it.
Yeah.
But the only challenge here is once you get the outline, is understanding how to actually execute and go through the entirety of the content. And if that is too much of a pain and it's making you stall too much and you're trying to go quick, then just grab the CEO or whoever's like the core sales guy and say, hey, you're going to jump on Zoom and just train our 5 guys. And that actually
Yeah.
may be a good idea because, you know, you're new, you got the 5 guys, you're trying to pull them in, they're new, they got their assumptions, whatever. And then if you try to take them back through this other thing, then, it may be good to just bring the CEO and say, hey, you do this, man. And then it
Yeah.
goes through the content, you get the recorded videos and pass it over. But these are just some assumptions. I don't know if any of this is actually,
Yeah.
helpful.
No, no, it is. It is. You have my wheels spinning a little bit.